What I'm going to teach you today is some simple Web 2.0 buttons and effects. Okay, so I'm going to start off just making a new document here. I guess I shouldn't have hit open, but new, just go with default 600 by 600. Okay, I'm going to have to fill this with black just to make it easier to work with. Okay, now the first thing you want to do is get the selection tool here. Go to your rounded rectangle tool. I got a 30 radius pixel, so I'm going to drag, and you can go with any shape you want here. And you're going to go to make selection and hit OK. Okay, so now you want to create a new layer, and you want to go with the colors you want in a gradient. So you're going to go over to here where the paint bucket tool is. You're going to right click and go gradient tool, and then click, and you're going to make a gradient. So I'm just going to make a blue one today. So I'm going to go to a dark color blue. Then around the center I'm going to click and add another color swatch, and I'm going to make that the same color. And then this one I'm going to make the same color for now until I just adjust it a bit. Okay, so now I got the same color blue there. I'm going to click that and go up a little bit to the middle, and then click again and go a little bit further this time. That's all too far. Once I have that done, I'm going to grab this corner here and go from corner to corner, and that'll give me a fade effect for the button. Then you can go select, deselect, and I'm going to add what's called an inner shadow just to make the outside of the button pop a little. So I'm going to go to my layers dialog box and then click effects and inner shadow, or inner glow, I'm sorry. And in the inner glow, you can see it over here, I'm going to click here and make it white. I'm going to change the size to a 3, and I'm going to change the range down a little bit just to make it a little brighter. Okay. Next I'm going to add like a highlight. So you got to do that in a separate layer. So down here it's the new layers button. I'm going to click this, and I'm going to select the button I already had created so far. So I'm going to go over to the layer here where I have that button, and I'm going to hold my control key down and click, and what that's going to do is create a selection. Now there's a few different ways you can do this, like depending on your taste. Like some people will hold the Alt key with their elliptical tool and they'll minus so it goes down that way. I'll try it better here. Now another way you can do it is if you hold Shift and Alt and you go the opposite way. This is the way I prefer to do it, so that's what I'm going to do, but I just thought I'd show you both ways. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select white as my foreground color, and then I'm going to go into the gradient tool. And once in the gradient tool, I'm going to select the foreground to transparent. Make sure I have my new layer, and I do. And then I'm going to hold Shift to make sure it goes straight, and then go down. And that's going to add a gradient over the top of it. Now you can go into your layers dialog box and adjust the opacity here. I kind of like the effect we got right from the get-go, so I'm going to leave it there. Next you're going to want to add your text. I'm just going to put the word button with a little arrow, so I'm going to get my custom shape tool. I'm going to add an arrow here, then right click and make a selection. I'm going to make a new layer for the arrow, and I'm going to fill that in white. And then I'm going to add some text. Okay. Next I'm going to teach you how to add a reflection to the button. So what we're going to do is we're going to select all the layers that have to do with our button, by holding shift. Click on the first layer, hold shift, click the bottom layer, then go layer, duplicate layers, then hit OK. This is going to make another version of our button, and I'm going to merge all them layers together. I'm going to go flip it so it's a reflection to make it flip it vertical. So I'm going to go edit, transform, vertical. I'm going to drag that down so that it's right at the bottom of my other button, and then I'm going to add a layer mask to the button by clicking this little camera icon in the, I think it's a camera, I don't actually know, it looks like a little camera to me anyway. So I'm going to click that. Then I'm going to go to my gradient tool here, and I'm going to go foreground to background, so that's white to black. And I'm going to go about halfway down the button. That's a little much. A little not enough, I mean, so I'm going to do it again. Okay. I'm just going to edit the background here a little bit just so you can see the kind of effect I'm going for here. So what I'm going to do is just select on my background, get my square tool here. I'm going to draw down so I'm a little bit above the button there. I'm going to get my gradient tool. Then we're going to go a black to a gray. And I guess I'm going to get my phone too. Or not. Okay, now I'm going to go from top to bottom, holding shift. And then I'm going to go, actually I don't like that, that's too bright. Go a little darker here. And do it again. I'm going to go select, inverse, and I'm going to do it again. And select, deselect. Just to kind of make it look like it's sitting on something. That's pretty much the basics. You can really get creative with it and start adding a bunch of crazy effects. Like I could do a inner bevel on the word button for instance. Bevel emboss and then inner bevel, kind of make it look more integrated into the button. You can also start adding effects by hand coloring, but I can't really do that in a video because it takes a while. But if I go a pillow emboss, you see the effect I add. Then I just copy that layer style and paste it onto my arrow. That's pretty much it. Like, it's really straightforward and really simple. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you.